chillers, welcome back to my channel. So today it is Wednesday, which means it is spooky day. So today I'm going to be reading stories of people who survived crazy animal attacks. So just jump right in. The first story is about an Australian diver who was nearly swallowed by a great white shark. Australian diver Eric Nurhus, sorry if I just butchered your name, was nearly swallowed by a 10-foot great shark while gathering shellfish with his son and some other divers. The shark tried to eat him head first, and Nurhus estimated that he spent about 2 minutes in the shark's mouth. He had this to say during an interview with Australia's Nine Network, and as a quote from him, "Half my body was in its mouth. I felt down to the eye socket with my 2 fingers and poked them into the socket. The shark reacted by opening its mouth, and I just tried to wriggle out. It was still trying to bite me. The big, round, black eye, 5 inches wide, was staring straight into my face with just not one hint of fear of any boat or any human or any other animal in the sea. In the end, a lead-lined vest meant to weigh him down was the only thing that stopped the shark from biting him completely in half. Nurse was transported to a hospital with several cuts all over his head and upper body. That's why I don't like the ocean. Because of things like this. I am not going in the ocean to be shark food. Or shark bait. Do you see shark bait written across my forehead? No. Sorry about those sirens. Story 2. An Alaskan hunter was attacked by a Kodiak bear. In 1999. That's when I was born. In 1999, a 69-year-old Alaskan hunter, Gene Moe, was attacked by a Kodiak bear, one of the largest bears in the world. Moe was in the process of skinning a deer when the bear charged him. Too far from his rifle, Moe stood his ground with the only weapon on him, a 4-inch buck knife. Which is probably maybe about this big. No, this big. I don't know, how big is 4 inches? Maybe about this big. I don't know, that might be 4 inches. I don't know. I don't have a tape measure. Or a ruler. I'm just guesstimating. But anyway, he made a split-second decision to shove his knife down the bear's throat. After the bear clamped down on his arm, here's how the fight went. It's like a dog when he bites down. He grabs and twists. I didn't want to look at my arm. I thought it was gone. I watched a lot of bears when I first came to Alaska. I noticed early on they were mostly right-pawed, like people. I saw that paw coming, and I was ready for it. I stepped back and he kind of got me across the face and sliced my ear in two. The fight didn't end there. The animal charged Moe several times, taking a chunk out of his leg in the process. When the bear charged Moe one final time, he threw a punch straight to its snout, knocking the bear out and breaking his knuckle in the process. Moe then staggered 2 miles to find the rest of his hunting party, who immediately called in rescue personnel to take him to the closest hospital. I don't trust bear. Number 3. A 70-year-old fought off a mountain lion in California. Mountain lion. Jim Ham and his wife Nell were 70 and 66, respectively, when a cougar jumped out at them while they were hiking through Prairie Creek Redwoods State Park in California. It flew out of the trees and landed on the trail in front of them. Jim described what happened as the big cat turned to leap at it. That's when I realized I was going to have to fight this thing. I figured I would fight it like I would fight a dog attacking me. The animal latched onto his arm, and as he was about to hit it with his free hand, the mountain lion knocked him over and bit off a piece of his scalp. It was like somebody hit me with a baseball bat. I was dazed. Then I heard my wife yelling for me to fight. According to Nell, the cougar made a desperate, horrible sound like something I've never heard before. She turned and saw her husband on the ground, his head inside the mouth of a wild animal. After picking up a tree limb and striking the mountain lion, Nell said it didn't even flinch. So all I could do was keep hitting and telling him, "Fight, Jim, fight." It was horrible. You can't imagine the horror of such a thing. The lion eventually left on its own. Jim and Nell now share their stories with other hikers to stress safety and importance of awareness while on the trail. Number 4. An American was gored by the tusk of an elephant. But I love elephants. American explorer Michael Fay had spent plenty of time in Africa encountering peaceful pachyderms before he was mauled by one. Here's what happened in a national park in Gabon, according to an NPR interview with Fay. The story also appeared in National Geographic as transcribed below. I fell right in the trap of classic female elephant crossfire. I just thank God that I had time to turn around, grab those tusks, and ride that bronco as long as I could. I stood there and tried to get her to stop. But she was already within a few meters of me. When she was at about 1.5 meters, I decided that she wasn't going to stop, and I turned and ran. Good idea. I tripped on some bushes in the sand and fell, knowing full well that she was bearing right down on top of me, or on me. I turned to face her, and she was already over me, and about halfway down the trajectory. I can't talk. And about halfway down the trajectory to sticking her tusks through my chest. She missed that first stab, and her tusks were sticking in the sand 4 inches from my head. And then when she tried to roll on me, I thought, I'm going to die. I'm going to be squished. Fay estimated that the elephant tried to stab him about 15 times. Fay didn't end up dying, though he did suffer a puncture wound to his right bicep. Despite the brush with death, Fay said that his feelings towards elephants won't change. Yeah, I wouldn't get so close to him next time, though. Alright, number 6. A tourist faced a 450-pound alligator in Florida. When James Morrow jumped out of his canoe to go snorkeling in Juniper Creek, Florida, he didn't know he was swimming directly above a 450-pound alligator. Here's what happened when the alligator attacked, according to Morrow. I think my head was so far down his mouth that I touched his taste buds. When he tasted me, I think that's why he let me go. Though Morrow could joke about it after the attack, he ended up suffering several head wounds and a punctured lung from the alligator. In the end, he survived because of his snorkel mask, which took most of the damage from the gator's teeth. Alright, this will be the last one. I think there's, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 more stories after this one, but I'll leave those for you guys to go and read by yourself. I'll leave this list down below in the description so you can go off and read it by yourself. Okay. Alright. A kayaker fought off a river otter with her paddle. When 77-year-old Sue Spector went kayaking in Florida on a peaceful afternoon, she found herself face to face with a potentially rabid river otter. Paddling down the Braden River in a sizable group, Spector was the unlucky one chosen by the otter as it climbed into her kayak and jumped on her. According to Spector, I took my paddle and tried to get him off me, and he wouldn't let go, and I kept screaming. I kept beating him with a paddle. When you're in the middle of it, you don't have a lot of thought except hope you survive. In the struggle, the otter bit and scratched at Spector's face and head. The The kayak flipped, tossing her in the water as she continued to fight off the animal. The otter eventually swam away, after Spectre's husband started swinging at the animal with his paddle, but Spectre still needed stitches and rabies treatments for her injuries. Of all things, an otter. Otters are usually cute, but this one was crazy and tried to kill her. Alright, well, there you guys go. That was wild animal attacks. Like I said, I will leave a link to this down below so you can go off, you can read these by yourself, or if you didn't like my way of reading, which I know it's not the best, but you know, if you want to go read the rest of the other 6 stories, there's a link down below. Alright. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up so I know. Please follow all my social media down below in the description. You can click my button to subscribe to my channel, and my last video is right here. Alright, I will see you guys on Monday. Peace out, chillers.